Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is pushing for a mandatory sentence of 10 years for anyone convicted of using a gun while committing a crime. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg is backing this idea. The legislation is expected to pass when state lawmakers return to Austin for the new legislative session that starts next month. Here's what Charles Adams and Quanell X are saying about it in tonight's edition of Faceoff.
Our Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who is not a fan of legalizing marijuana or legalizing anything to give individual Texans more liberty, is proposing a 10-year mandatory minimum of all crimes that are associated with a gun. And if that was limited to aggravated robberies or other things, I think you could make an argument that that makes sense, but that doesn't seem to be the language of Mr. Anti-Liberty Dan Patrick, right? There are a number of crimes in America, like merely possessing a gun while maybe you have some weed in your car, Quanell, or using a gun to defend yourself, and the state decides that it wasn't an appropriate use of deadly force. Then you have regular citizens that could be looking at a 10-year minimum, and I think it's short-sighted, and I think it's a knee-jerk reaction to the horrifying crime problem that we could solve in Texas if we just start enforcing the laws on the books.
Well, Charles, congratulations on being Fox Faceoff's hug-a-thug. Let me say this to you, man. If you commit a crime, I don't agree with the Lieutenant Governor on much, but on this one, I do. If you go and break in somebody's house and you got a gun, take your ragged ass to prison. If you go and mug somebody and you got a gun committing that crime, ragged ass to prison. If you want to go and beat up somebody's daughter or assault somebody's child or assault them and you have a gun in your possession while you're committing that crime, I agree, Lieutenant Governor, take ass to prison. We got to send a message to those who like to commit crimes with guns that when you do it with that gun, you got a guaranteed pass to prison. I agree with that. I don't agree with him on everything, but on this, I agree with. He's not talking about somebody defending himself legally with a gun. He said committing a crime and possessing a firearm, automatic 10-year sentence. Look, man, you want to mug grandmama while she cashing her check with a gun in your hand? Take your ass to prison.
Obviously,
period.
if someone, first of all, you've made an entire career off hugging thugs, so it seems a little bit absurd that you're accusing me of that. But obviously, if you go and rob a grandmother at gunpoint, you should be looking at a significant prison sentence. But what you're thinking is this perfect paradigm in a vacuum where you don't have any nuance. I have represented a number of people who have been charged with crimes because they were defending their property or defending their home. And if Dan Patrick has their way, those people will be looking at a 10-year mandatory minimum as well.
That's not what he's saying.
Exactly what he said.
Defending your
when
property,
you create mandatory minimum,
your home
you lose
is
discretion.
a legal right in Texas. He is saying those who are committing crimes,
you know, for someone
with a gun
that hates the government, you seem to trust the government more than I imagine.
I agree with the facts. If you commit a crime, is what he's saying, with a gun, you go to prison. Not those defending their home and their property as victims of crime.
And so what you're saying is every time the government charges someone with a crime, they've committed that crime. It's amazing that you've taken that position. I just want to say to you, after an entire career of calling police bad and hugging actual murderers.
Let me say to those criminals, while you out there stealing people's Cadillac converters, don't have a gun with you, because if you do, take your ass to prison.
You can watch much more of Face Off streaming Thursday nights at 7. Just go to fox26houston.com.